Welcome guys and hello to this new rod review. We will talk today about Zenaq's new mid-game shore rod. It's the INQLUDE M7 and I'm going to give you the best insights of this rod because I fished it in the last couple of weeks here in the Mediterranean Sea. The INQLUDE M7 is a true all-around rod. You can fish a lot of different techniques and tactics with this rod, like minnows, like topwater lures, like soft baits, like casting jigs, small short jigs, sinking pencils, the whole world of modern lure fishing, as well as the opportunity to fish endless target species. For me here in the Mediterranean Sea, the main target species for that rod are definitely sea bass, bluefish and learfish. Barracuda is also a very important fish. Mahi in autumn, very nice to fish with the INQLUDE M7, as well as dentex, smaller groupers, smaller amberjacks. So what you can do with that rod is absolutely fascinating and makes a lot of fun. The new INQLUDE M7 is a 9 feet shore rod with a casting weight of 10 to 50 grams. And that is absolutely ideal to cover the whole medium game from shore. The length is absolutely necessary. For example, if you're fishing in higher places from the rocks or in harbors and you want to make this downside animation of minnows, for example, these 9 foot are very helpful and improve your lure animation, as well as the casting distance you have with that rod is impressive. I could cast, for example, small short jigs up to nearly 90 meters, as well as minnows up to 70 meters. That's very impressive facts. And if you fish from shore and you have a swell, it is often necessary to stay back. And that's why you need this casting distance and this length to operate your lures perfectly. Zenaq improved the blank action of the INQLUDE M7 compared to the former PA90. The blank action is now a little bit faster and a little bit more crisp, especially in the tip section. And this is, in my opinion, results in a very good tool for shore fishing. For example, you have a better hookup rate when you fish topwater lures as well as soft baits. You have this extra bump to set the hook, but the rod tip is still sensitive enough to fish minnows perfectly. Me, for example, I was fishing a subsurface sinking pencil, and this is a lipless lure, and this requires a delicate lure animation, and still that lure was easy to handle with the new INQLUDE M7. The overall casting distance is also improved by the new sharper action, especially in conditions like today when you have a lot of wind on the coast. It is more easy to cast in that wind and you can cast even further. Beside of the blank action, Zenaq Improved also the RG guide setting on the M7. When I got this rod in my hands, I noticed immediately that the first 3 guides are bigger compared to the former PA90, as well as the following running guides are 1 size bigger. For me, this is a good improvement because it gives you the opportunity to fish the M7 with a wider range of reels, as well as you can fish a thicker diameter of line or leader if necessary. One thing I get often questions about is which knot to use on the RG guide system and how to cast. Guys, it's very important not to take the knot, the connection knot between leader and braid on your spool when you want to cast with an RG guide system. As well, it's absolutely necessary to fish slim knots like the FG knots. And if you want to see how I tie my FG knot, check out this step-by-step tutorial. So I fish the new Jaw Breaker with 2 different setups. One is a twin power SW4000 and the other setup I use is a twin power FD 4000. Both setups are very nice and are perfectly balanced on that rod. It's very difficult with that wind. Of course it gets pushed. Okay guys, I try something else. So the FD 4000, the reel is balanced here. I hold it only to show you because the wind is pushing the rod. The twin power SW, it is balanced perfectly here. I decide, depending on what place I fish and what species I target, which reel to use. For example, when I fish barracudas or sea bass, I like to use the lighter twin power FD with a PE 1.2 because I'm often fishing soft baits and that stuff and I want to have more control on the lure. That's perfect. But when I fish on the open coast and there is a possibility of big surprises, I go with my heavier twin power SW4000 with a PE 1.5 to have a little bit more power and fully use the strong backbone of the INQLUDE M7. Wow, we get some sun, very nice. The new INQLUDE M7 has the new Hexagon reel seat. And I have to say, I really love it. I fish it since over 2 years on my shore jigging rods. And I was so keen now to see it on a spinning rod. And yeah, it is fantastic. The foregrip and the reel seat become basically one unit and it's super comfortable even if you fish a lot of hours and do a lot of animation out of your hand. It's super comfortable to fish with a Hexagon reel seat. Another very important point for me is you never have to retighten the reel seat. So if you lock your reel inside, it stays locked until you open it again. And that even if you fish for a lot of days in a row. Once it is locked, it stays locked, and that is very nice. It is a big improvement to these former Fuji reel seats. But guys, you have to have in mind, don't over tighten the reel seat. It is absolutely not necessary, and if you lock it, you will feel a point where the whole system tightens up. And when you try to move your rear foot, you see it is locked very tight. And at that point, it is not necessary to screw further down. Don't over tighten the Hexagon reel seat. Guys, before I go in the water and search for the fish out there, I want to give you my conclusion on the INQLUDE M7. What I really like about this rod is you have countless opportunities of lures you can fish as well as target species. So if I'm discovering, and like today, and I'm at the new spot and I don't know which kind of fish are around, and of course fish sizes, the INQLUDE M7 is the perfect tool for that, because I can fish like all different techniques which are necessary and effective here. I have a lot of backbone if there is a big fish coming, and I'm sure I will get it out. And of course I have a lot of fun. And a day like today with a lot of wind on the coast is perfect for that rod. I want to fish big lures and cast them in the wind, and I know the INQLUDE M7 is the perfect tool for that. So guys, I tried to give you the best possible insights, and I want you to subscribe to my channel and support me to produce these videos for you. Wow guys, that was a perfect idea to make some casts after the recording. I was expecting sea bass. I got sea bass, 4 fish in total, very nice on the INQLUDE. These fish were medium size, so not at all a challenge for the M7, but you never know what will strike. And in that case, I like to fish a bigger lure range as well as have some more power with me. A big plus was definitely casting into the wind with the M7. That was great. And yeah, now I will head home and see you soon.